We're talking horse racing. That's right. It's Memorial Day weekend. Happy Memorial Day out there to everybody. And hopefully you have a safe Memorial Day weekend. I know we certainly hope that our armed forces have a very safe holiday weekend protecting us overseas. Jon Hardoon, Greg DePalma here, giving you some Sunday horse racing coverage on Proline TV for a pretty nice card. Memorial Day, Santa Anita Park. How's it going, Jon?
Good, Greg. How are you?
I'm doing good. So, yeah, this is the first time we've ever been on a Sunday doing a Memorial Day card. But what's the deal here? Is this new for Santa Anita, or have they been doing this every year?
Oh, they always do it. New York, most tracks run on Memorial Day, holiday weekend.
Makes sense. So we've got two races for you. We've got and they're both graded stakes. One, Gamely. That's the one we're going to start off first of all. Race number 6. Then we're going to go race number 8, the Shoemaker Mile. Before we get into that, the last time we were with you, we had the Preakness Stakes, and of course we already knew that there was no Triple Crown possibility this year. So we have what do we have now? A couple more weeks before the Belmont.
Yeah, 2 more weeks. 2 weeks from Saturday, actually. They'll be running it up at Saratoga. And Napoleon Solo, the winner of the Preakness, is not going to run. He's going to opt for the Haskell at Monmouth in the middle of the summer. And I guess some of the Derby horses will be back. Renegade will be back. Chief Wallaby will be back. The winner will be back. So it should be a good race. I'm expecting like 12 to 14 horses.
Oh, well, that works.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's this time of year? Is there a particular meet that is popular?
Well, they're going up to Saratoga on June 3rd. They're going to run a week up there in Saratoga before they come back to Aqueduct and close it down for good. That's at the end of June. They still have Churchill going on. And obviously in a few weeks, well, I guess over a month, you'll have Del Mar and the real Saratoga meet starting. So there you go.
Next week, next Saturday, you've got Churchill. There are 5 graded stakes races at Churchill that we'll have to choose from. And there's also a grade 2 race at Santa Anita. So that's next week. We'll be back to our regular scheduled Thursday for a Saturday card. But we're going to start off here once again at Santa Anita. And we have race number 6, the Gamely Stakes. And this one is both turf races, by the way, today. This one is 1 1/8 miles. The Shoemaker Mile is just a mile. Hard to guess that one. This is a $300,000 purse for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. It should be on about 6:30 tomorrow on Memorial Day. The morning line favorite is the 5 Thought Process, a 7-5 shot who has a couple of grade 2 wins, a D'Amato trained horse who is 3 for 3 at Santa Anita. Doesn't have any single digits, but does have a couple of 10s. Last 4 races, 10-12 and 10-12. But in this field, this horse...
It's a ridiculous horse at 7-5. I mean, if you're looking at numbers, it's silly, no? I understand he has an impressive record. He's 6 for 9 lifetime. But I don't know. Numbers-wise, he's far from a 7-5 shot.
That is true. If you don't have the sheets, then you are... you have a completely different way of looking at this. So we'll see how we look at it. All right, so let's go through the field, and we will start off with number 1, Public Assembly. This horse seems a little bit slow. 13s, I think that's the highest we've got out of Public Assembly. A 10-1 shot. This is one of 2 horses in the field trained by Philip D'Amato. Never even been on the money at this distance as well, 0 for 3. What about the 1, Public Assembly?
No chance. He's too slow. He doesn't have a race in her life because she's 5 years old. She has 14 starts. Not one of her lifetime races wins this race.
The 2 is Hang the Moon. Now, this is the oldest in the field. She gets Pratt on board, first time. Safi Joseph, who won this race last year, and is actually, if you look at it, ever since Safi Joseph took over, the horse is kind of regaining a second life. She did have a 10 and a 9 in October of in 2024 season, but really slowed up in 2025. but she's back to putting together a couple of good races back to back, a 10 and a 12. What about the 2, Hang the Moon?
Yeah, well, this was one of the 2 horses I was consider keying. I think this horse will be a lot shorter, though, than the 8-1. I don't believe that morning line. You have Safi Joseph, you have Flavian Pratt on for the first time. There's no way that they're going to let this horse go off at that price, but I'm definitely using this horse. Everything you said is right. Safi Joseph took over the training 2 starts back, got the 10 out of the horse, then a 12 last time out. She's certainly eligible to run that 10. And she's a major player in here.
Yep. Yeah, and even though she's the oldest horse, 6, that's not that bad.
What's the difference? I mean,
yeah,
you know,
nothing bad. Nothing bad.
She's not 100. She's 6.
No. The 3, yeah, she's really slow.
Yeah, the 3 has no chance.
Yeah, and she's never even won in 5 starts at Santa Anita. The 4 could be interesting because of the price. She's a 10-1 shot. And she has back-to-back wins coming in here, both grade 3 wins. And she ran 12s in those races. So she had an 11 and last year. That was in December. So her last 4 races, she's had an 11 and a 2-12. So just because of the odds, I think she's an interesting horse.
Yeah, no question about it. Listen, she's 4 years old. She's improving with each start. If you throw out that 19 last year when she had trouble in that race, so 14, 11, 12, 12. She's certainly eligible to run the 12 or better. Not only that, her last 2 races were without Lasix, and she remains off of Lasix, so we know that she could run well, Lasix or no Lasix.
The 5, so this is the morning line favorite we talked about, and again, this horse has won 6 out of 9 races, 8 out of 9 in the money. She's got wins in the grade 2 and grade 3 races.
Listen, she's a nice horse. There's no question about it. 3 out of her last 4 races, you know, she has 2 12s, and out of her last 4 races, she has 2 12s and 2 10s. Problem that I have with her is that she's gappy. She runs 3 races, takes off 6 months, comes back, runs a race, then takes off another 3 months. So obviously she has physical problems. All that being said, she has an impressive record. Her numbers fit, but they're not that much better. I would use her, but I'm not keying off of her. Not at 7-5.
Okay. The 6 is a horse that I really have I need an explanation of why she's 4-1.
That's a good question. Well, maybe because she won 2 in a row. It's not like she won stake races, though. I have no idea. This is strictly out of respect to Graham Motion, who does well when he ships to Southern California. That being said, I don't want any part of this horse.
Yeah, she's got a 16, a 16, and then a 13 this year. Rashmi, this is a 9-2 shot, the 7 horse. And this horse is 50% wins, 5 out of 10. She's got a nice line. I mean, if you take a look at her, let's take a look at her last 6 races. She has a 10, 3 11s, and 2 12s. She's won a couple of grade 3 stakes races, never won a grade 2 or grade 1. But anyway, Rashmi has got some good lines over the last 6 races.
Well, you say it's a good line. It's true. There's only one problem. 4 of those races you were talking about was literally 2 years ago. So,
yeah,
this is another.
This is only her second race since last March.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's the problem with her.
And she's 9-2. She's a short price.
But once she shows up, she runs okay. Again, you could go a lot of ways in this race, and depending on how you want to fall. But again, this horse I think is certainly as good as the 5 who's 7-5 on the morning line thought process.
Yes, as far as the sheets are concerned, 100%.
Right.
Yeah, I mean they both have 10s. So Rashmi at 9-2, the 7 horse. There you go. All right, next up is the 8 Mayday Ready, and Mayday Ready has now this horse has a couple of grade 2 wins. Now, what's also good about her is she had a couple of wins in late October, September of 2024, almost won a Breeders' Cup race. And then recently, she hasn't been able to get anything better than 12s since her 10 in July. She at least has a 10.
Right.
She does have 312s in her last 4 races. She's won a grade 2 race, and she's 6-1.
This actually turned out to be my top selection because she's 4 years old. She's allowed to get better. Last time actually made her first start in Southern California. I think we did this race on the show. We gave this horse out. She just got beat last time out. Anyway, second time since joining the Dick Mandela barn, and that was a big positive trainer change. Take nothing away from Joe Lee, but Dick Mandela is in the Hall of Fame for a reason. I think this horse is running the 10 tomorrow, and this turned out being my top selection. But honestly, there are, again, a lot of ways you could go. I had the 2 open, hang the moon. I had the 4 open, take a breath, the 5, the 7, and the 8. I went to the 8. I put them over the 2, 4, 5, and 7. But again, it would really depend on price. If, one of these other horses end up going off real long and this horse gets bet, well, then I'll transfer. I'll make a game time decision there. But going in, I like the 8 over the 2, 4, 5, and 7.
Yeah, definitely keep that in mind when you are looking at the odds tomorrow, a few minutes before the race. Take a look and see which of these horses that are all good contenders have the best value, because a lot of these horses with the same numbers. So
exactly,
it's it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and take the 2. So I'm going to go and take Hang the Moon as my top pick over the 4, the 5, and the 8. So John's going to go 8 over 2, 4, 5, 7. I'm going to go the 2 over the 4, 5, and 8. All right, now we're going to move on over to another graded stakes race, actually another grade 1 race, the Shoemaker Mile. So this one is the race of the day, and this is going to go off about 7:30 on Memorial Day. The morning line favorite is the 2, Formidable Man, a 7-5 shot. You got McCarthy, you got Pratt, and you got some good numbers. So going to be tough to beat Formidable Man. Let's see what we have here. Good horses in this one. Definitely a step up from the 6th. We'll start with El Potente, who has a really nice looking line here over the last 2 years. If you take out what she did in January of 2025, her last 5 races have been a 6, 3 8s, and a 7. The only thing that is just a little bit out there is the fact that she hasn't won a race more better than a grade 3 race, but she's won 6 out of 10 at Santa Anita and 7 wins lifetime, and she is a short price at 3-1.
Well, the first statement you made is silly, that he hasn't won anything other than a grade 3. He could only run where they put him. How do you know that he lost grade 1s? I don't see him even entered in any grade 1s. So
no, just lost grade 2s. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, so grade 2 to grade 3, grade 1, and they're graded stake races. Listen, the horse never runs a bad race.
No, she got a 6.
Right. This race is similar to the other race we did. There's a lot of horses that are within a point or 2 of each other, and this is one of them.
These horses just happen to be faster.
Exactly. But so what's the difference if they all run 10s and 11s or if they all run 7s and 8s? You have the same problem.
Right? Yeah, it is. It is a problem. Good horses here. Good, tough race to handicap. El Potente, 6, 8, 8, and 8 and 7 this year. So now we go with Formidable Man, a 7-5 shot, the morning line favorite. You got Pratt on board, and in the last 5 races, he's got 2 9s, and 8 and 2 7s. So he's going in the perfect direction, and he's got 2 7s that happened late last year. That's the one thing you have to keep in mind. The horse has not run since November when he was second in the Breeders' Cup Mile race at Del Mar.
Well, Flavian Pratt's flying out from New York to California to spend the day, and I would assume this is the reason he's going to California. But like you said, the horse has not been out. Last seen in the Breeders' Cup he ran in, and he finished second in the Breeders' Cup. So obviously he's really a nice horse. That being said, he's 5 years old, 7 or 8. So really, what's the difference between him and the 1? Don't they basically kind of have the same numbers?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Right. And one's going to be 3 to 5 and one's going to be, 3, 4 to 1.
Wow. 3 to 5. Well, that sucks.
No, that's what he's going to be.
Yeah. All right. The 3 is King of Gosford. Now, King of Gosford is the defending champ of the race. Ran a 9 last year in the win. closed to win this one by a neck at 4-1. And he's won 5 out of 8 at Santa Anita, 7 out of 19 lifetime. D'Amato has won 5 of these. He's won 5 Shoemaker Miles, including last year. This is one of 2 horses he has in the field. The really good thing about the horse is that he's got a big price at 10-1.
Yeah, he's off of an 8, but he doesn't really the 1 and 2, for example, run steady 8s and 7s. This horse ran an 8 last time out, but I think he's a little slow. But he is 10-1 if you wanted to make some sort of a case for him.
Yeah, and it's got a new rider too. I don't think this rider's been on this before.
Yeah.
Okay, next up is the 4, Genius Jimmy. And you got Mike McCarthy. This is his second horse in the field. Hernandez is on board. He's got 9s. That's as good as he's got. He's got 9s. He hasn't won since a claimer in July of last year.
Yeah, I don't like him. I think he's slow, you know, compared to the other horses. He's a fast horse in general, but
yeah.
I don't like him.
This is another D'Amato trained horse, and this is Almendaris, 5-1 shot. That's the 5, and this one really looks interesting because really for the last, even though he's 6 years old, for the last 3 years, and he's got some good single digits.
He never runs a bad race. He just doesn't do it.
He ran a 6 in November, and he ran a 6 in January.
And this is my top selection because he's 5-1. The 1 is 3-1. The 2 is 7-5. This horse has the same or faster numbers. He has 6s. Believe it or not, the 2 never, I don't think, ran a 6. So I'm going with this horse if I really get anywhere near 5-1, and I think we will.
Yeah. Okay. The 6 is an oldie, but a goodie, maybe.
Not goodie anymore. He was a goodie.
One bad race.
Yeah, but even the race before that was a 10. Last year, he only had an 8 and a 10 at the end of the year. You go back 2 years ago, he was running 5s and 6s. It looks like he's finally tailed off, but he's 20-1.
He's 20-1, though. Yes, yeah. That's the thing. And he ran second in this race last year as a 3-1 shot. He ran an 8 in that race. He ran a 5 in December of 2024, but in his last 3 races, he's got a 10, 10, and then again, the bad race, which was in April when he ran a 15.
Correct.
Okay. Next up, we've got the 7 SEAL team. You got Rosario on board at 12-1. And this is a 6-year-old who had a nice go of it in 2024, which included a 6. It was only raced 4 times since then. He's got 2 8s, an 11 and a 12. Ran an 8 last time out in April at Santa Anita.
Yeah, he's not bad, and he's going to be a price because I think, listen, he was beaten by the 5 last time out, so he's been beaten by other horses that are in the race. El Potente beat him a few races back, the 1 horse, when he ran second to him. So this horse, he may sneak through the cracks. You may get a price. Joel Rosario rides, who has now returned to Southern California.
Yeah, I think this is his first time.
No. He rode last weekend. He has about 5
on board the horse.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And the thing, too, is this horse really it gets a lot of respect normally at the gate, and he's getting 12-1 here.
Yeah.
So,
again, you want to play? I mean, he's not impossible.
Okay. Next up is the 8, Call Me Corey, a 6-1 shot. And this horse, another one where I just don't understand in this field why he's to 1. All of his wins and races have been on Lasix. He's got an 11.
It's a horrible morning line. This horse has no chance, I don't think, honestly. And what's he going to run? An 11?
16-1.
Yeah. Okay. And he's 6-1. That's crazy.
Yeah. The 9 is also pretty much, what? I'd probably rather have the 9 than the 8. At least he's getting better this last 3 races at Santa Anita, 14.
I agree with you. And the 9 is 30-1 and the 8 is 6-1. So keep that.
Yeah. All right. So you're going to go with the 5.
Yeah, I'm just going to make a win and place bet on the 5 if I really get, 5, 6-1, because there are so many horses that can run second, the 1, the 2, even the 3, the 7. So instead of betting 5 exactas, let's just make a win and place bet on the 5 Almendaris.
Oh, win and place.
Safe bet.
Okay. That is. All right. You know what? Yeah. I mean, the 5 just seems like the logical play. I'm not going to pick another horse just to pick another horse.
So that's the whole point.
Yep. But I'll go ahead with the 5 and add in. Let's see if we can make some money. I'll throw in our trusted 6. And then also we'll throw in the 7. So I'm going to go 5 over 6, 7. John's got win in place on the 5, and that's going to wrap it up.
I guess we'll do Thursday night if that's all right with you next week, because Saturday we'll have those stake races from Churchill. I guess we'll do 2 of them.
Thursday night next week's a plan, John.
Thanks, my friend. Be well and stay safe. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Thanks, John.
Thanks.
Okay, that is Jon Hardoon, and I will go over the picks in just a second. Just trying to take a look, double check our racing that's coming up next week. Let me pop the schedule in. So again, these are the races for next week's show. See, we got a 3, a 2, a 3, a 3, a 3. These are the races at Churchill next week. So and I'm also going to just take a look here at our upcoming schedule. Let me see, because we'll have some some weeks off in there. So we've got the 5 graded stakes races next week at Churchill. We got the Santa Margarita. It's a grade 2 at Santa Anita next Saturday as well. Then we come back the next week and we have a really big week because that's Belmont week. And well, that's the Belmont Stakes week at Saratoga. And Saratoga Friday is going to be a monster. So you have, the whole weekend's a monster. So it's going to be hard we'll have to have at least 3 races. Well, not at least, we'll have 3 races because there's too many races. You've got 3 grade 1s at Saratoga. You got 2 grade 2s. I can even pop it up here. So let me just go to next week. There we go. There it is. So you've got grade 1, grade 1, grade 1, grade 2, grade 2. That is on June 5th. Then when you come into Saratoga, Belmont Day, grade 1, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grade 1s at Saratoga on Belmont Day. So that's going to be pretty insane. So a lot to talk about there. Now, the next week, especially since we'll have some bonus activity on Belmont weekend, we might take the week off because there's a couple of graded stakes races. We've got Monmouth, so you can see here, two grade 3s at Monmouth and a couple of grade 3s at Santa Anita. So we'll have to see about that. And but we have a better option that week than the week after. So the week after, which is the 20th, there is only 1 graded stakes race. That's the Chicago at Churchill. So if anything, that's probably the week we take off, would be June 20th week. Because the week after that, which will be June 27th, we have some good races at Churchill right here. You got a 1, 2, and 2. You got the Stephen Foster, the Wise Dan right here, 1, 2, 2. And then we have some really good racing after that. 4th of July weekend. We've got Saratoga, the Belmont Derby, and the Belmont Oaks, and a couple others thrown in there. And then also a couple of good races on Sunday. Another grade 1 race, the Leo O'Brien that weekend, 4th of July weekend. So that's what it looks like that we'll be covering and talking about for the next 5 weeks, all the way through 4th of July weekend. If you have any questions at all regarding any of the races, I was going to say a minute, but that's probably asking too much for some quick response. But if you take a look at the odds early enough on Monday, and you see that there are some changes that we talked about, and you want some advice, or you want John to see if he's changed his picks or anything like that based on the change of the odds, feel free to ask us what's on your mind. Send in a comment. I'll forward that over to John, and he will definitely respond. And he's watching the races, and he'll be able to respond fairly quick. So let us know what's on your mind. Have a great weekend. We still have a couple more days to go. Tomorrow's Memorial Day. Let's certainly hope There is nothing going on overseas for our military. They can enjoy the weekend, but if they have to go into action, we know they'll kick ass. So we're behind them 100%. Either way, enjoy the weekend. Best of luck at the track, and we'll see everybody again next Thursday night.